I thought we're family now. Do I still have to dress up for you guys? Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of your fave. It's the House of Pablo back at it with another episode. Now in today's episode, it's the first installment of a series I'd like to call What's the Point? Where we divulge and discuss what is the point of this video, of this life, you know. I hope you'll stick around and I hope you'll enjoy the episode. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe down below. To call myself a YouTuber after all this time would really be a miss. Honestly, it would be a reach because wow, it's been a while. I think the proper term is a man with a camera and some thoughts. We'll go for that for now. So this is just gonna be like random thoughts, just chatting, you know, expressing my views, and I have very strong views on certain. I think amongst the plenty of things I'm dealing with currently, the most prominent one is the 20s. What the hell is going on? I don't know what I'm doing half the time, just winging it, and the other half I spend worrying about things that are out of my control. Is the world ending anytime soon? I'd be very disappointed if the world ended after all the studying I've been doing. And speaking of studying, I think my institution is on a mission. They're working tirelessly to ensure that I do not come out of this degree alive. Anyways, man, the 20s, like, what a confusing time, you know, like, your friends are getting married, your friends are having babies, I can barely tie my shoelaces. Yeah, what a fun time. But like, the main thing for me is I'm reconsidering my entire future. I'm reconsidering the direction I want my life to head in. I'm reconsidering what I want to spend my time doing, you know. My definition of success has changed, you know, and this affects everything. The reason I went into the field of study in which I'm in right now was solely based off of the affluence and the respect that comes with that degree or that profession rather. And now that these were all external factors, I had never stopped to think, what do you want? What legacy would you like to leave in this world? What do you have to offer the world that no one else can? And you know you would be proud of, because you will be doing it with your entire being, your all. What is your passion, your drive? What gives you that fire? And you know, money should always be a byproduct of doing something that you love or you're called to. Now, many of you may not know this, but I was studying towards being a chartered accountant. And as you know, for black parents, it's you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, you're a chartered accountant, you know. So it was just one of those. My parents really want me to succeed in life, and that's good, you know. They want the best for me, and you know, that sort of molded my decision because I had to make them proud. You know, at the end of the day, I saw myself being this respectable man who's earning a good living, and is doing well and whatever. But the older I got, the more I started to do internal evaluation, starting to ask myself the really important questions, ones that you can't really ask yourself in grade 9 when you're supposed to pick your subjects for grade 10, which is supposed to dictate the entire rest of your life. I was 15. So I'm only starting to ask the really important questions right now. Like, what do I define as success? Is success what I'm seeing on Instagram? What everyone has that I think I want in order for everyone else to see me as successful? Or is it what will bring me peace? What will not drain me at the end of the day? Because if my main objective is money, I'm trying to fill a void. And the thing with money is that you can't have enough of it. So as long as you are not content with yourself and you are not filled by external factors, but you're filled by what's inside of you, the fact that you know that you're worthy, the fact that you know that you are deserving, the fact that you are fulfilled with where you are currently. I think that's the most important one. Accepting and being grateful for the present, the now, and not always thinking about what's next, the future. Actually taking the time to appreciate what you have at the moment and making the most out of it. That's how I define success. That's who I am, and that's why that path, the CA path, where you're working tirelessly to make a name for yourself. I mean, there are people who are good at that and they've been called to that. I think we've all been called to something, and that just isn't my calling, and it's nice to know that in your 20s you don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to have all the answers. It's trial and error. You try and you push, you do something. I think that's the most important thing about the 20s. You start, you do, you pursue. That's very important. You need to be making not the moves, not the hustle and the grind. You have to be trying to reach something, not thinking about the end goal but the starting point. You just need to starting more often, and embracing and accepting failure as just a part of the process. Like, okay, you fail and then what? The world is going to come crashing down. You're going to fail and your house is going to explode, and like everyone in it as well. That's what's so terrible about failing. Like, your entire world is going to collapse and you're going to die. So yeah, man, like, failure, like, you fail and then what? You start that YouTube channel and it doesn't do great. Okay, and then, like, you see, it's so redundant. It's so, like, the things we stress ourselves about are so minute, and we don't actually see how ridiculous they are. And the problem with anxiety is that it makes everything so much bigger than it actually is in our heads. Like, oh no, you can't do that. If you did that, and it doesn't actually finish it. It's just like, if you did that, if you wore that, what would happen? What would happen if I wore that? What would happen if I started that business? What would happen? I mean, if you're in the basement, the only way is up. You know? Hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you maybe in the coming 2 years for the next episode. Cheers, guys.